From stories across the globe to stories here at home, this is the National News Broadcast. A very good evening to you. I'm Sharifa Tahir.
And I'm Tarak Etiarachi. First, a look at the stories making the headlines this evening.
The Prime Minister reveals a 5-year plan to develop Jaffna. UNP local government representatives accorded warm welcome to Minister Sajid Premadasa. The Enterprise Sri Lanka exhibition is to be conducted in Jaffna till the 10th of this month. Lasith Malinga renews world cricket record. India's lunar expedition is unsuccessful. Moves to indict the British Prime Minister.
On that and more stories. Fast bowler Lasith Malinga has become the first bowler to capture 100 wickets in the international 2020 cricket arena. He has also entered the record books as the second bowler in the world to secure 4 wickets in 4 consecutive deliveries in 2020 cricket. Lasith Malinga has achieved this feat in the third T20 fixture against New Zealand at the Pallekele International Cricket Stadium yesterday. Sri Lankan captain Lasith Malinga has decided to bat first after winning the toss. Accordingly, Sri Lanka has scored 125 runs for the loss of 8 wickets at the end of 20 overs. The New Zealand team, chasing a victory target of 126 runs, was bundled out for 88 runs. Architect of the Sri Lankan victory was Lasith Malinga, who took his 100th wicket in 2020 cricket by taking the wicket of Colin Munro in the third delivery of the third over of the New Zealand innings. Lasith Malinga is the only bowler in cricket history to capture 100 wickets in all 3 forms of the game: One Day, T20 and Test cricket. Malinga in his next delivery took the wicket of Hamish Rutherford. He has also taken the wicket of Colin de Granholm in his 5th delivery in the third over.
Is mostly a massive.
Breaking on the pad. They're asking the question, will they go upstairs? They have. Oh, yes, that's a confirmation. Brilliant review. Sri Lanka got 2 wickets in 2 balls. Let's see.
Accordingly, Lasith Malinga has been successful in securing his second hat-trick in 2020 cricket. Malinga then continued his excellent performance by taking the wicket of Ross Taylor in the very next delivery. Only one bowler had shown such skill previously, that is Rashid Khan of Afghanistan, who took 4 wickets in the match played against Ireland team. Lasith Malinga had shown such capabilities in the international field for the second occasion yesterday. He had shown such superior skills in the 2007 One-Day International Cricket World Cup tournament against South Africa in the year 2007. No other cricketer in the world has repeated such a feat before. Lasith Malinga by now has recorded 5 hat-tricks in his cricket career, in one-day matches against South Africa, Kenya and Australia, as well as in T20 matches against Bangladesh and New Zealand. He has obtained hat-tricks.
Construction of the Jaffna Town Hall has commenced today at a cost of 2,350 million rupees. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has presided over the event. The new construction is taking place in the location of the old town hall. The work is scheduled to be completed within 2 years under the Sukhita Puravara program of the Ministry of Megapolis and Western Development. The civilian life has returned to normalcy with the end of the war and commencement of development programs. Northern Province Governor Dr. Suren Raghavan, Minister Patali Champika Ranabaka and Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe have expressed their opinions on this occasion. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said that Nallur town in Jaffna is a crucial centre of Sri Lankan culture. The ruins of the centre of the Sri Lankan Tamil people is still found at this location. The Prime Minister has added that a new plan has been presented by the Minister to develop the town. He also said that their aim is to return Jaffna into an economy where jobs are being generated. Separate programs are being implemented to attract tourists to tourist islands in Jaffna, and there are also plans to develop agriculture, IT technology and the development of the Kilinochchi and Punarine areas. The Prime Minister has requested the cooperation of the people for the plans scheduled to be implemented within the next 5 years. He has called on them to join hands and to create a new Jaffna.
ඊළඟ පහේ මේ ක්‍රියාත්මක කරන මේ සැලැස්ම මීට ඉස්සෙල්ලා කවුරුත් හිතලා නැහැ. අන්න ඒකටත් සහයෝගය දෙන්න කියලා මම කියනවා. ඒ නිසා ඔබේ සහයෝගය එක්ක අපි අත්වැල් බැඳගෙන නව යාපනයක් බිහි කරමු.
The Prime Minister has also inspected the long-distance bus stand being constructed in Jaffna at an investment of 92 million rupees.
The third exhibition of the Enterprise Sri Lanka has commenced at the Veerasingham grounds in Jaffna today. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has presided over the inauguration ceremony. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe was engaged in an observation tour of the exhibition premises this evening. The event has been organized with the objective of creating 100,000 entrepreneurs throughout the island. The theme has been Intellect, Pride and Renovation. A gathering including capital providers of state and private banks, buyers, advisors have participated, enlightening on relevant factors including problems encountered in receiving credit to commence a business has taken place. The visitors, including the Prime Minister, have also visited the media stall of the Rupavahini Corporation at the exhibition. They were also engaged in an interview. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said that Jaffna also has the yearning for development witnessed in the other parts of the island. The Enterprise Sri Lanka considers Jaffna program as a continuation of the success of reconciliation. The Prime Minister has also requested to hand over the same benefit to other parts of the country as well and to safeguard the peace of the country. The inauguration ceremony has commenced thereafter. Ministers, local and foreign artists have also participated at this event.
A cordial meeting between United National Party local government institution representatives and Deputy Leader Minister Sajith Premadasa has taken place at the Sugatadasa Stadium in Colombo today. Many MPs and ministers of the UNP have also taken part in the event. The meeting has been organized under the title A New Sri Lanka with Sajith Premadasa. The minister received a warm welcome on this occasion. The local government representatives have adopted a proposal on this occasion to hand over presidential candidature to Sajith Premadasa.
ශ්‍රී ලංකා ප්‍රජාතාන්ත්‍රික සමාජවාදී ජනරජයේ ජනාධිපති ධූරයේ සඳහා එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයේ වර්තමාන නියෝජ්‍ය නායක ගරු සජිත් ප්‍රේමදාස මහත්මයාගේ නාමය
ඔක්තෝබර් 26 වෙනිදාට පෙර
Minister Sajith Premadasa said that he was requested to become the Prime Minister of the country on 10 occasions prior to the 26th of October. He added that he rejected these offers. Sajith Premadasa further said that during the 52 days, he was asked 61 times to become the Prime Minister of the country and added that he had rejected these offers as well. Rumours are being propagated today as well for him to become the Prime Minister. He further said that he is not a political illegitimate to stoop to the level of becoming the Prime Minister through the back door. Sajith Premadasa has said that he wants to go to the place where he wants to go through the common blessings and strength of the people and on the shoulders of the people. He added that he had entered into a contract with President Maithripala Sirisena in order to make Ranil Wickremesinghe the Prime Minister. Sajith Premadasa further said that when he goes to the highest place, he will remain with common masses. He also said that he had rejected the post of Prime Minister for 71 times due to his respect to his leader and to his party.
මගේ දේශපාලන ගමන පදනම් වන්නේ
A media briefing to express the opinion on the presidential candidate of the United National Party was convened in Colombo today. Minister Kabir Hashim said that they see what the people of the country demand. He added that therefore that they, based on this notion, have conducted talks along with the majority with the party leader to arrive at a conducive position. The UNP is able to secure victory. He also said that they hold the view that they must appoint the person whom the people have a greater preference. Minister Kabir Hashim also said that people from the bottom to the highest rank have decided to name Sajid Premadasa as the UNP candidate. He further said that not only the UNP but civil society and other party leaders who extend support to them are of the opinion that he should be granted candidacy. He added that, however, they are happy if there is a more suitable person in the party and that the Prime Minister is maintaining a correct position on this regard.
අපේක්ෂත්වය දිය යුතු කිය. එතුමාට වඩා තව කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා නම් අපි කැමති. රැල්ලක් තියෙනවා අපටත් මෙහෙම දිනන්න පුළුවන් කියලා අපි කැමති ඕන කෙනෙක් දාන්න. එච්චරයි අපි කියන්නේ. අපි විශ්වාස කරනවා අපේ අගමැතිතුමා හරි තැනක ඉන්නේ. අපිට වෙන තීන්දුවකට තීරණයකට යන්නේක බැරදී.
මේ තීරණය ගද්දී ජනතාවගේ කැමැත්ත අවශ්‍යයි.
Minister Ranjit Bandara said that people's preference is needed to take a decision on this regard. He also said that the preference of the parliamentarians elected by the vote of the people will also have to be sought on this connection. The minister further said that 97 of the 110 parliamentarians want Sajid Premadasa as the candidate.
Media spokesman Veerakumara Dissanayake has expressed opinion on the future program of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party today upon a meeting of young party activists. SLFP media spokesman Veerakumara Dissanayake said that they have not yet decided on their candidate. Party Secretary Dasri Jayasekara has informed the Election Commission to take necessary measures for the preparation of basic rules for the SLFP to contest the presidential election as a party. The party Central Committee will act according to the decisions taken. The media spokesman added that they have no problem and no crisis regarding selection of a candidate. The candidate will be known at the appropriate time. The talks are in the constructive direction. Veerakumara Dissanayake further said that the SLFP will exert maximum effort to bring a positive response from two groups that are divided.
A special general meeting of the Mahajana Eksat Peramuna was held in Avissavella today. Chief guest on this occasion was the presidential candidate of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna, Gotabaya Rajapaksa. The special meeting has been organized to extend support of the MEP to Gotabaya Rajapaksa at the forthcoming presidential election. The large gathering included opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa, General Secretary of the United People's Freedom Alliance Mahinda Amaravira, parliamentarians and party activists. Presidential candidate of the SLPP, Gotabaya Rajapaksa, said that the opponents are spreading false opinions among the people when it is being declared to strengthen national security. They say that these are attempts to destroy their freedom. The SLPP presidential candidate further said that an environment has been provided to live in freedom for all people through the elimination of terrorism. No army operations had been carried out until the lapse of 10 years. He further said that they were not the people who created the war in the country, but those who have ended terrorism. The presidential candidate further said that the people must understand this fact.
Memorial oration marking the 60th death anniversary of Prime Minister SWRD Bandaranayake was conducted by the former Indian Foreign Secretary and the National Security Advisor Shiva Shankar Menon at the BMICH in Colombo last evening.
Economic activities shifted west with the Industrial Revolution. The Indian Ocean remained important because steam, the telegraph, rail ushered in the period of intense globalization, tying our economies to those of the world and seeing our people and goods moving on an unprecedented scale. But it's safe to say that in the late 19th, early 20th centuries, they really marked the low point in the Indian Ocean's global significance and in the agency of the nations around it. Today, whether it's India, whether it's China, we depend on the rest of the world and on the Indian Ocean to carry the energy, the commodities, to give us the technology, the food, even the connections to our markets. which we need for our own future. Even though over the last 3 decades, the Asia-Pacific has seen history's greatest arms race, and most of it in offensive weapons, submarines, missiles, and so on. And politics in the countries surrounding the Indian Ocean have become ever more polarized, with authoritarian leaders in charge of large countries and relying on ultranationalism for their legitimacy, which makes the business of give and take, negotiation, diplomacy much harder. To reach compromises, to adjust to each other, becomes much harder in this kind of political environment. It also seems to me that any successful order must have an economic basis. And if we are to maintain order in the oceans that sustain us, we must do more to integrate the economies of countries in the Indian Ocean world. This is all the more necessary when we see the world economy slowing, the economies of major countries also slowing, and when the future sources of growth and demand are within our extended neighborhood. It seems to me that we are really reverting to historical type, to plural orders, open and growing, as the Indian Ocean has been through history. As I said earlier, not dominated by any one power, not run by any one idea, and frankly, it's never produced a set of regional institutions to encompass it all. So even though its economic integration may be weak, the Indian Ocean world is growing rapidly. It's among the fastest growing parts of the world. It is integrating. It is increasingly linked to Southeast Asia, Northeast Asia. And much of the political instability is not just externally induced, but also a matter of how we handle our own domestic politics.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi told his country's space scientists he was proud of a program that has come so near to putting a probe on the moon. Contact with Chandrayaan-2 was lost moments before its Vikram module was due to touch down at the lunar South Pole. The fate of the craft is not yet known, but Mr. Modi said that there would be further opportunities. India would have been the 4th nation to make a soft landing on the moon. The best is yet to come in our space program. India is with you, said Mr. Modi. The Chandrayaan-2 approached the moon as normal until an error occurred about 2.1 kilometers from the surface, officials said. India's Space Research Organization, ISRO, said it lost contact seconds before the ship was expected to land. Chandrayaan-2 entered the moon's orbit on the 20th of August and was due to make a controlled descent to the surface early on Saturday, Indian time, over a month after it first took off. Staff at Mission Control were glued to the screens at ISRO's Bangalore Space Center as the spacecraft made a descent towards the surface. The control room burst into applause during the so-called rough-braking phase of the descent, with Prime Minister Modi watching the action from behind a glass screen. ISRO Chairman Kailasadevu Sivan announced to staff that the ship's initial descent had been normal and that the mission's data would be analyzed. Mr. Sivan had earlier described the final descent as 15 minutes of terror.
Minister Sajid Premadasa says the people must clearly distinguish the difference between those who sell outright Buddha Sasana and those who are practically engaged in safeguarding Buddha Sasana. He was addressing a ceremony at Sri Murugan Kovil in Diladiya, Puttalam. A foundation stone was laid today for the construction of Sri Murugan Dhamma School in the Sri Murugan Kovil under the Sisu Dham Sevana program. The total anticipated expenditure of the project is 4 million rupees. Minister Sajid Premadasa has presided over today's ceremony. A large number of ministers and MPs have also participated in the event.
The inauguration ceremony of the academic programs in the international relations of the Bandaranaike Centre for International Studies was held at the BCIS auditorium in Colombo this morning. The keynote address at this event, titled Importance of International Relations Education in a Rapidly Changing World, was delivered by Deputy Director of the BCIS, George Cook.
As an ambassador, I serve as the personal representative of the President of the United States to Sri Lanka. My responsibility is to articulate the views of the United States government to the government and the people of this country. But this responsibility cannot be upheld if I do not also learn about and understand the points of view and policies of Sri Lankans. The very essence of effective diplomacy is the communication of positions that hopefully allow an arrival at a point of mutual understanding. Diplomacy is fundamentally the art of developing and cultivating relationships to further the national interests of all parties involved. Over the years, many scholars have sought to understand what should be a simple art, that of building relationships and connections between and among nations. I mean, after all, how hard can this be? This art, however, has been buffeted by change and buffeted very specifically by the digital revolution.
"500 school buildings with latest facilities will be added to the national education system under the Nearest School, Best School program. The objective of the project is to inherit to the children of the nation a school system enriched with relevant facilities. Cost of the project is estimated at 10,000 million rupees. The program, titled Langama Pasala Hondama Pasala, was commenced in 2016. So far, 18,000 projects have been implemented in 9,064 schools under this development program at a total investment of 65,000 million rupees. In parallel to this program, the Shishodaya National Institute on the Special and Interact Education in Venivalkola Makhatudua will be vested with the students on the 9th of this month under the patronage of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. The Nearest School, Best School program is a concept of Minister Akila Viraj Karyavasam, and it is being implemented under the guidance of the Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. Teacher appointments are being presented to 4,286 diploma holders in faculties of education. The Prime Minister will preside over the event at Temple Trees tomorrow. The appointments will be handed over to teachers who have completed diploma courses at the national faculties of education in the period 2015-2017.
The military exercise named the Akava or Cormorant, organized by the Sri Lanka Army, was held at the Gatamis Stadium, Kandy, yesterday. The chief guest on the occasion was Army Commander Lieutenant General Shavendra Silva. The Akava exercise narrates how a terrorist group is destroyed and its leader taken into army custody. A group comprising of 50 persons representing the Special Task Force, the Commando Regiment, Mechanical Infantry Regiment, Air Regiment and other ranks of the Sri Lanka Army has taken part in the operation. A special feature has been the participation of a group of army personnel representing the Nepalese and Bangladeshi armies as well.
A photographic exhibition of veteran and senior photographer Henry Rajakaruna is being conducted at the JDA Pereira Art Gallery. This is the first occasion of a single photographer conducting 3 photographic exhibitions in 3 floors under 3 themes in the same instance. In the first floor of the JDA Pereira Art Gallery, photos of street scenes that were recorded in the camera lenses of Henry Rajakaruna are on display under the theme Humanity Through Street Photos. In the second floor, there is a collection of special photographs of Henry Rajakaruna under the theme Movement is an Art. This is the veteran photographer's 8th photographic exhibition. The photography of Henry Rajakaruna had been subjected to international recognition in the year 1961. He was the first Sri Lankan to receive the MFIAP award of the International Photographic Arts Association. Large number of photographs on the 3rd floor are being depicted under the theme Essay Photographs. The exhibition will be kept open till 7 p.m. on the 9th of this month. Former captain of the Sri Lanka cricket team, Kumar Sangakkara, says that sports clubs, players and administrators should rise against frauds in cricket in order to consolidate the future of the sport of cricket in Sri Lanka. He made these remarks at a ceremony conducted by the NCC Cricket Club on his behalf. Kumar Sangakkara had played for the NCC Sports Club since 1997 until his retirement from cricket. Former cricketers as well as present-day cricketers have participated in the ceremony to extend felicitations to Sangakkara.
Tribute to a legend, Kumar Sangakkara.
In terms of cricket, I know there's been a lot of talk about Sri Lanka in the last few years, talking about the standard of the team, the quality of cricket, the quality of first-class cricket. And I think every club has a responsibility not just of producing good club teams, but also of producing international cricketers. I played in the club circuit here, I played in the club circuit and county circuit in England. And even in England, there is an issue where most of the counties are worried about the county side and not really thinking about producing great cricketers for their country. I think for NCC to take the lead in changing that focus and really concentrate on producing a fantastic club side, yes, but at the same time producing some of the best international cricketers. They've done that time after time, and that needs to continue. And I think if the clubs want to be truly powerful and truly have all-encompassing say about the future of Sri Lanka cricket, that should be the way they do it, when they combine together to think of the best interest of Sri Lankan cricket rather than just the interests of each other or just a club. The other thing has of course been corruption in cricket. Unfortunately, Sri Lanka has had quite a few instances of it in the recent past. It is not a great place to be, and no one likes any player, past or present, to be caught up in anything of that sort. But unfortunately, we live and learn. And another instance where I think the NCC can contribute and the culture of this club can contribute is to ensure that these lessons that we've learned over the past few years are actually put into practice, where there is awareness, there is education, and everyone takes a responsibility of ensuring that this game that we all love stays clean from club level and beyond. Because it is absolutely essential that that happens, otherwise this game will die. And I'm not going to exaggerate this. There are 43 investigations in the world today, 23 are in Sri Lanka. We as an administration needs to make a stand to ensure that we keep this as clean as we possibly can. And it starts with educating the players, making sure that everyone has a trustworthy system to depend on, a support structure that allows them to play this game without fear, to play this game in the best spirit of the game with excellent skill, and never ever be part of a system that compromises who they are, their values, or the game that we all love.
The 31st Mahaweli Games has commenced at the Mahaweli grounds in Bisopura, Madirigiriya today. 15 events of the Mahaweli Games were conducted today. The first place in the finals of women's long jump was secured by Tatsarani Sandipani representing the northwestern region. The first place in the men's was taken by Vinod Sandaruwan. Winner of the men's javelin throwing event was Vishwa Buttika. Amila Srinath of the Valala region has won the finals of the men's 800-meter event. He has completed the event in 2 minutes 4.8 seconds. Niroshamala Kumari representing the Mahaweli E-Zone has won both the women's 800-meter and 1,500-meter events. President Maithripala Sirisena will preside over the concluding ceremony tomorrow.
That's all the news we have for you tonight. The national news broadcast will return tomorrow, and until then, a very good night to you all.
Have a pleasant night.